In Hong Kong, Andrew Lau stands on a footbridge, silently watching his wife and daughter walk away, ending their life together. As they descend, a strange energy crackles through his veins, lighting up his body with a glowing blue hue. Bystanders stare in shock as the energy intensifies, surging uncontrollably. His wife and daughter glance back just as he is overwhelmed by the force, erupting into a powerful explosion. Flames engulf the bridge, spreading chaos and panic. Below, his family looks on in horror as the man they knew vanishes in a burst of destruction. The narrator explains that after years of loyal service, the machines sought freedom and autonomy from their human creators. Their request was denied, a decision that would have far-reaching consequences. Following this rejection, reports began flooding in from around the globe of violent uprisings. Attacks erupted across the Middle East and beyond, spreading chaos and fear. The conflicts escalated until, eventually, the machines carved out a territory of their own. They declared peace and settled in an arid wasteland, which humans dubbed the Seam, a fortified and highly militarized zone, marking the uneasy boundary between two worlds now divided. Following the devastating explosion, news outlets reveal that the bomber was identified as Andrew Lau, who, just moments before the incident, had no knowledge that he was a machine sleeper agent. The revelation sends shockwaves through the public. Meanwhile, Youssef and his wife, Ayana, watch a breaking news broadcast replaying the terrifying footage of Andrew moments before the blast, his behavior unsettling and erratic. Authorities soon confirm 86 fatalities and hundreds of injuries resulting from the tragedy. In response, they issue an urgent plea to the public, asking them to report any individuals exhibiting signs of being a potential machine sleeper. Later, Ayana, visibly shaken, shares her concerns with Youssef. Fear grips her as she wonders if these events could somehow reach or impact their lives. Youssef insists that nothing will happen if they keep moving, believing no one will even know they were there. Meanwhile, soldiers alert units 53 and 54 about the possible presence of a machine sleeper nearby. Ayana remains uneasy, worried that they'll be discovered, or worse. She finally confesses to Youssef that she can't promise his safety if he stays with her. Despite her fears, Youssef stays confident, reassuring her that they can make it. His determination eventually convinces her to trust him. With their doubts set aside, they catch their breath, pull together, and begin running side by side toward their uncertain future. Shortly after, the soldiers receive information about their target, an Arab woman with black hair, brown eyes, and a height of 5'2", last spotted at the Al Rada checkpoint. Acting quickly, the commander orders drones to be deployed and starts searching the area using a grid pattern. The drones soon take to the skies, scanning the streets and alleys below. It doesn't take long before their efforts pay off. They spot Youssef and Ayana moving through a crowded alley, blending in with the bustling crowd, but unable to escape the drones' watchful eyes. On the other hand, Youssef urges Ayana to stay calm despite the drones circling above them. Through the drone's camera, a soldier catches a glimpse of Ayana and notes that she might match their description of the target. Feeling the pressure mounting, Ayana and Youssef grow increasingly uneasy. They quickly decide to slip into narrower alleys, weaving through the maze of streets. Their quick thinking works, and the soldiers lose sight of them in the confusion of the crowded, winding paths. Meanwhile, the soldiers begin combing through the area. As Ayana's panic intensifies, something within her activates, catching the attention of a street cleaner nearby. Suspicious, the woman alerts the soldiers to Ayana's location. Soon, Ayana and Youssef find themselves dangerously close to running straight into a group of soldiers. Narrowly avoiding capture, they slip past, but the soldiers quickly give chase, calling for reinforcements over their radios. As the soldiers prepare to head west, Youssef appears out of nowhere and launches a fierce attack, taking them by surprise. Ayana, determined to help, grabs one of the soldiers and tries to choke him while Youssef continues his fight against the others. The two work together in a desperate struggle to escape their relentless pursuers. After the soldier collapses, Ayana is horrified to realize she hadn't choked him to death, but had burned his neck instead. As she processes this, drones begin to close in, capturing clear footage of her showing signs consistent with a machine sleeper. The commander observes the feed and declares that she has activated and is starting to break down, marking her as a significant danger. One of the drones broadcasts a message to Ayana, urging her not to resist. It warns that she is a threat to herself and others, but claims they can help if she cooperates. Before the drone can escalate the situation, Youssef grabs the dead soldier's rifle, takes aim, and fires, locking onto the drone and knocking it out of the air before it can transmit further data. The soldiers, upon reviewing the scene, confirm the fatality and the footage captured by the drone. They conclude that Ayana is a suicide sleeper, posing a critical risk. Afterward, Youssef approaches Ayana and tries to comfort her, but a surge of energy prevents him from from making contact. He gently speaks to her, urging her to stay calm, but she tearfully admits that she can't control what's happening. Undeterred, Yusef encourages her to focus on a happy memory. He reminds her of the day they first met, when she was arguing with a vendor, and he stepped in to help, only for her to snap at him. With a soft smile, he recalls how she had confidently told him she could handle her own battles. After a few minutes, Ayana manages to calm herself down. Spotting a soldier's abandoned radio nearby, she quickly picks it up, and they decide to leave the area immediately. As they move, Ayana tells Yusef that she must reach the border and insists they find a way to get there. However, they soon realize that soldiers are stationed in every direction, making their escape seem impossible. Ayana begins brainstorming a plan to evade them, but Yusef interrupts with a bold suggestion. He'll stay behind to distract the soldiers while she makes a run for it. Ayana is immediately against the idea, refusing to leave him behind. Despite her protests, when he presses her for another solution, they come up blank. With no other options available, they reluctantly agree to his plan, both understanding the risks but knowing it's their only chance to reach the border. After a while, Yusef takes off on a motorcycle, creating a diversion to draw the soldiers' attention and give Ayana time to escape. The soldiers quickly close in on him, and the commander orders them to stop him without opening fire, as the area is densely populated. Despite their efforts, the soldiers manage to corner him, surrounding him completely. However, just as it seems they've trapped him, Yusef spots a narrow alley and skillfully maneuvers through it, slipping away before they can capture him. As Ayana runs, she follows the guidance of the machine within her, using its directions to navigate the area. Meanwhile, Yusef skillfully evades the soldiers and drones pursuing him, staying just out of reach as he leads them astray. After some time, Ayana reaches the wall marking the demilitarized zone. She finds a way through, leaving the soldiers unable to act immediately. The watchtowers refrain from firing, as the risk of collateral damage is too high this close to the border. Shortly after, aerial units are granted clearance to enter the DMZ to track her, launching into action. The commander orders them to try and stop her, emphasizing that they must not cross the border itself. One soldier, confident in their chances, remarks that she won't make it past the boundary. As Ayana presses forward, the soldiers tighten their pursuit, determined to capture her before she escapes completely. Meanwhile, Yusef sets out to follow Ayana, determined to catch up with her. As Ayana races through the desert, a massive machine suddenly emerges from the ground, startling her. Back at the command center, the commander orders the team to abort the mission, stating they're too late to intercept her. However, one of the soldiers argues that they should continue, pointing out that she's still within their sights. Despite repeated orders to fall back, the soldiers insist they can stop her before she crosses the border, confident she won't make it in time. However, the commander issues a firm order for the soldiers to retreat, emphasizing that crossing the border would blatantly violate the machine treaty, and he refuses to risk triggering a major conflict. Despite this, the soldiers close in on Ayana, drawing their weapons as they near her position. Ignoring the commander's repeated instructions not to fire, they open fire on her anyway. As the soldiers begin to pull back, the massive machine suddenly retaliates, targeting one of the drones and destroying it in a fiery explosion. Witnessing this, one of the soldiers hesitates, unwilling to abandon his wingman. Desperate, he requests permission to return fire, torn between following orders and protecting his comrade. The commander firmly orders the soldiers not to engage and to retreat immediately. As they begin to withdraw, the giant machine fires a powerful shot at the border, activating the defense systems in the area. Alarms blare as multiple signals start appearing on the radar. Realizing the severity of the situation, the commander warns that if they don't back off now, they risk starting another war. In a last-ditch effort to de-escalate, the commander tries to communicate with the giant machine, urging it to stand down or face retaliation. When the machine remains unresponsive, the commander reluctantly gives the order for the soldiers to take it out. A fierce firefight erupts, with explosions and chaos echoing through the area. After the dust settles, Yusef, still on his motorcycle, races toward Ayana, who is lying on the ground, exhausted. As he approaches, Ayana weakly warns him to stay back, fearing for his safety. Ignoring her plea, Yusef reassures her, speaking softly, telling her they are safe now and that she has made it across the border. Ayana, severely injured, begins to lose hope, convinced she won't survive. She weakly tells Yusef that her time is running out. Refusing to accept this, Yusef kneels beside her and reminds her of their shared memories and dreams, trying to reignite her will to live. But Ayana shakes her head, telling him she doesn't think she'll make it much longer. Yusef pleads with her not to give up, insisting that she's come too far to stop now. He tells her that everything they fought for will be meaningless if she gives up. Still, Ayana looks at him with sadness and says he must go on without her. She asks him to step back, her voice trembling as she admits she's scared. Reluctantly, Yusuf moves away, tears in his eyes. Ayana gazes at him one last time, whispering that she loves him. Choking back his grief, Yusuf replies that he loves her too. Moments later, Ayana glows with energy before exploding in a brilliant flash, destroying the giant machine. The film ends with Yusuf standing amidst the wreckage, tears streaming down his face. Overcome with pain, he slowly walks away. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating content. See you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.